Hi, my name is Dean, my pronouns are he, him, and here's the 5 main things I want to do if elected your next Vice President for Welfare and Equality. So one of the first things I want to look at is to ensure that students can actually afford the food that they need to eat on campus. I don't know about you, but I don't want to have to make the choice between saving money and actually being able to eat most days. So the 3 things I want to do to tackle this is to 1, get rid of the hot water charge that exists on campus. 2, ensure that there's 24-hour access to microwaves both on Class 7 and St. Pat's campus. And 3, ensure that there's cereal on St. Pat's and Class 7 campus that is available 24 hours. This is to ensure that you can actually access a meal at any time during the day and to do so at a cost-effective manner. The next thing I want to look at is to ensure that commuter students can actually afford their commute to college. So if you're someone that's coming from Drogheda or Dundalk or Laytown or Bettystown, you're paying upwards of €220 a month just to get here Monday to Friday. So if you're a Susie Grant recipient, that's most of your money gone just getting to campus. I'd like to work with the Students' Union to lobby the Matthews bus service to reduce their rates and at the very least to implement real time so that students know when their bus is coming. So no more waiting at Whitehall for a bus to show up that doesn't actually come, or getting there too early or too late. No more of that happening. The next thing I want to do is to ensure that students can look after their mental health while they're on campus. So one way to do this is to implement a chill room in the U and on St. Pat's campus that has beanbags and snacks and treats and a space for students to retreat into sort of a quiet space so they can get away from a busy campus life, especially in week 1 and 2 and study weeks and exam weeks. I also want to continue working with DCU's Mental Health Society to expand their peer support network so that students actually have someone that they know and trust and a peer of their own to talk about their mental health concerns and to just rant about whatever it is that they're experiencing that week or that month or whatever it might be bothering them that they need to get off their chest. When it comes to equality, I want to establish a welfare and equality podcast so that everyone can actually hear the real lived experiences of different minorities on campus. Some of the different experiences I'd love to hear from are students of colour, students from different socioeconomic backgrounds, students of different religious diversity, all the different walks of life that I think we could really benefit from hearing from. I also think that students on St. Pat's campus have been continuously left behind by the Students' Union over the last number of years. And so if elected for Vice President Welfare and Equality, I'd advocate for a Vice President for St. Pat's campus. I also think that students who are on nursing programs and also student teachers are kind of left behind because of their placements. I'd love to work with the nursing students to ensure multiple nursing appreciation days so that everyone can actually attend these and that no one is left behind, and to work with student teachers so that they're adequately supported on their placements. Additionally, I really want to take a focused look at accessibility on campus. So this year I've been working with the Access Office to implement an accessibility policy for societies in DCU, and I'd love to expand that to the entire Students' Union and other bodies in DCU to ensure that students with disabilities, both visible and invisible, are included in all the activities that happen here on campus. I also want to work with the Access Office to reinstate the €500 scholarship that was paid each semester for Access students, such as HERE students, that was reduced back in 2017-18. I know myself as an Access student, I really noticed that reduction, so I'd love to find a bunch of different creative and innovative ways to raise that amount that's given. And I think looking at corporate sponsorship and also different fundraising activities that could happen during the summer are real viable options for that. So I really want to make a huge change for accessibility on campus. Then lastly, when it comes to student life, I think having a nightlife is really important for balance of your work and also your leisure time. So I want to work with those who are working in the U to ensure that there's better equipment, so that there's better acts, and also so that students who study media and music and other related programs actually have paid opportunities in the U. I think the U is a great resource that kind of hasn't really been harnessed enough over the last year or so. I think this is a real area of improvement. I also want to continue conversations around consent and continue consent trainings, and also ensure that there's great collaboration between DCU's counselling service and the DRCC in town. So if any of these things sound of interest to you, if you think that you could benefit from any of this, if you've gone through some of the same struggles that I have as a commuter student, as a student who doesn't have loads of money, I'd love your vote for Vice President for Welfare and Equality, hopefully your number 1 vote. And if you're already sort of committed to another candidate, I can't fight you on that, but I really appreciate your number 2 vote.